Hey guys, my name is Jacob Kelling and this is my first YouTube video. I'm wanting to start a channel that's about cooking because I really like cooking and I want to inspire others to like cooking too. It's really simple and you can get amazing flavors with just such little time and ingredients, and that is very prevalent in tonight's dish, which is called Marry Me Chicken. So if you have someone special in your life, maybe make this chicken for them. But it's a really easy dish. The first thing that you want to do is get your oven set to 375, so we'll do that. And while that's heating up, the dish doesn't need to be served over rice. That's just how I like to make it, so I'm just going to throw rice in there just for the heck of it. So I'm going to get my rice started. So the first thing that you want to do is wash your rice. Rice has this kind of white powdery stuff on it. Whenever you wash it, just kind of helps the rice absorb more water and be more tender. So it's really good that you wash your rice off until there's no white residue coming off of it. So I have a cup of rice here. And to that cup of rice, I'm going to add a cup of water. And then to both of those things, I'm going to add some Italian seasoning. We're going to cover it. Make sure our Instant Pot is on the rice setting and start it up. I'm going to move that to the side so we can get started on our chicken. So I'm going to have the ingredients listed here so you can have them, make sure that you can get all the correct measurements. But the first thing that we're going to want to do is sear off our chicken. So before we add the chicken to the pot, we're going to want to salt and pepper it. Season it real well. On both sides. And then what you're going to want to do is add your chicken to an oven-safe pan. I'm using a Dutch oven here. So first, we're going to add some olive oil to our pan. So what you're going to want to do is add your olive oil to your pan. Enough to coat the bottom. We're going to throw in a little bit of butter too. And finally, our chicken. We're going to let that cook off for a little bit. And after a couple minutes on the first side, we flip. And after a couple more minutes on this side, we'll take them out and put them on a plate. So to our already hot oil here, we're going to add some garlic, some thyme, and red pepper flakes. Get that around, scrape the fond off the bottom, all that good stuff. For just a little bit. So after a minute, we're gonna have some nice fragrant garlic here. So we're gonna add to this chicken stock. Heavy cream. And sun-dried tomatoes. Give that a stir. Try and scrape some more fond up off the bottom. Put a little bit more salt in here. Not too much. You can always season more at the end. Now we're going to cover and let this come up to a boil. So after it comes up to a boil, we'll remove the lid and grate in some good Parmesan. If you want to put in more, go for it. If you don't want to put in as much, that's fine too. So now we're going to let this simmer for a little bit uncovered for a couple minutes, and then we'll be ready to put it in the oven. So after a couple of minutes of letting our sauce simmer, we're going to put the chicken in, the juices. Now we're going to put the lid on and transfer it to the oven. And after 18 minutes in the oven, this is what you're left with. Delicious tender chicken with an amazing sauce. So let's plate it up. So here's how I like to plate mine up. Get some of that rice from your pot. Got your rice. You want to add a piece of chicken. And then you want to add some of this amazing juice right over the top. I remembered I had a better spoon. So get some of that juice. Put it right over the top. And there you have it. So this is Marry Me Chicken. It is so delicious. This is a butter knife. This chicken is so tender. It just cuts right through it, or shreds apart in that case. It's so delicious. Like I said, I put mine over rice. You can put yours over noodles or just have it by itself. If you make this for your family, they'll love it. And if you make this for your significant other, they'll want to marry you. So have a good evening. I hope you enjoyed. Like I said, this is my first video. So if you have any comments or suggestions on what I should do for my next one, I'll be more than happy to hear them. Yeah, thanks.